Scott Galloway, Adrift, America in 100 Charts. In Adrift, America in 100 Charts, Scott Galloway explores the various facets of American society that seem to be drifting apart, with consequences poised to impact community cohesion, economic opportunity, and our overall well-being. In this summary, we delve into key topics such as the declining emphasis on community organizations, the impact of the internet and social media on our personal lives, the necessity of higher education in today's job market, the increasingly tumultuous economy, and the potential benefits of risk and instability in fostering innovation.
Declining social connections. Humans are inherently social creatures, as we seek and rely on community support for our overall well-being. Over the years, various community organizations, including religious, youth, and community groups, have seen a decline in memberships. As digital spaces continue to replace face-to-face interactions, fewer adults talk to their neighbors or maintain large social circles. Despite the advantages of technology and online interactions, it's crucial for individuals to maintain real-life connections that foster personal happiness and a cohesive society. As social beings, connecting with others in our communities plays an integral role in our survival and happiness. These connections not only offer daily support but also foster a sense of tolerance for those with differing backgrounds and beliefs. As our communities start to drift apart, the underlying fabric of our society unravels. The decline in community participation is evident across various organizations. Since 1990, church memberships have dipped by 21%, undermining a once foundational pillar of community life. Similarly, membership rates for Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts have decreased substantially, with Rotary clubs also experiencing a decline. This growing disconnect extends beyond formal groups, as more people lose touch with their neighbors. Studies suggest that adult neighborly interactions have plummeted from 71% in 2008 to just 54% in 2017. Technological advancements have caused many aspects of our lives to transition to the digital world. This shift has had undeniable benefits, such as expediting work, reducing costs, and connecting individuals regardless of geographical distance. Many recreational pursuits have also moved online, with technology companies investing heavily in developing the metaverse for increasingly immersive online experiences. However, the convenience of digital interactions cannot wholly replace the need for human connection. As people turn to social media to fill this void, the quality of friendships has deteriorated. In 1990, 40% of men and 28% of women reported having 10 or more friends. By 2021, amid a social media-driven era, these figures have dwindled to 15% and 11%, respectively. The proportion of people with no close friends or only one friend has also risen significantly. In 1990, just a handful of individuals fell into this category. By 2021, 21% of men and 18% of women experienced such social isolation. The importance of seeking out real-life social interactions instead of relying solely on digital connections cannot be overstated. Engaging with others in person not only benefits individual well-being but also contributes to cultivating a healthy and cohesive society. Rethinking college, unlocking success. Recent conversations have framed college as overrated due to soaring costs, student loan debt, and its potential disconnect from high-paying careers. However, a college education remains a critical factor in securing a well-paying job and forming part of the middle class. In fact, the percentage of jobs requiring higher education has significantly increased over the years. While obtaining a degree might be challenging, skipping college altogether isn't the solution. A creative exploration of alternative educational pathways, such as vocational training and apprenticeships, can lead to promising career outcomes and should not be dismissed as secondary options. So don't give up on investing in your education even if it takes a less conventional approach. Decoding stock market mystiques. Society's wealthiest often dominate the stock market and the realm of homeownership. With the U.S. economy primarily revolving around stocks, both governmental and corporate policies tend to favor shareholders. However, stocks and real estate are also notorious for their unpredictable peaks and plunges, sometimes driven by factors such as social media hype. In this ever-evolving landscape, companies can achieve high valuations with relatively lower revenues, and certain influential founders are turned into cult figures, creating a potential diversion from their company's actual health. To make sound investments, look beyond the hype and dissect the true value and potential of companies in question. The wealthiest members of society tend to rule the stock market landscape while securing homeownership, which might be financially beneficial investments for those who can afford them. However, an increasing number of people find themselves unable to purchase homes due to the ascending curve of property values. In recent times, the U.S. economy has become reliant upon the stock market's performance. Consequently, both the government and corporate policies cater to shareholders. Despite this reliance, real estate investments and the stock market are infamous for their volatile ups and downs. Stock prices often stray from the actual worth of companies, fueled by factors like social media hype or scandals. Case in point, the high-flying valuations of troubled firms like GameStop and Hertz. As the focus on stocks intensifies, companies can achieve substantial valuations with relatively less revenue. Apple, Microsoft, and Tesla are prime examples of firms that accomplished the $1 trillion valuation milestone but with drastically differing revenue streams. Moreover, we often idolize founders such as Steve Jobs and Elon Musk, elevating their status to near cult-like proportions and potentially obscuring their company's true health. Flair-filled or ambiguous communication tactics and grandiose promises further muddy the waters. When navigating the stock market terrain, don't be lured by superficial claims, hoopla, or larger-than-life personas. Instead, dig deeper into the company's fundamentals and performance records to make astute judgments and to discover their real value. Internet's double-edged sword. Undeniably, the Internet has transformed our lives for the better, including providing access to vital resources in developing countries. However, the dark side of the Internet is equally important to acknowledge. Social media platforms encourage outrage, consequently damaging democratic institutions and widening societal divisions. Likewise, media outlets have turned to sensationalism in order to gain clicks and maintain relevance in the Internet age. Although we rely on the news media for valid information, the shrinking ad revenue has led to a decline in journalism, reducing access to quality information. In this digital era, it is crucial to be critical of our news sources and place importance on reliable news outlets, rather than solely depending on social media feeds that are filled with misinformation and outrage. Embracing risk for innovation. Risk and instability, although often viewed negatively, can drive innovation and create opportunities for positive change. For instance, the COVID-19 pandemic saw an increase in business applications and adaptations. Immigrants, known to take risks by relocating to new countries, contribute greatly to economies by supplying labor and creating new businesses. Additionally, developments like online banking have created a massive global opportunity, with innovative services bringing economic prospects to underserved populations. Adopting an attitude of flexibility and risk-taking in changing times, similar to that of immigrants, can be beneficial for the economy and individuals alike. Society tends to view risk and instability as unfavorable, however, these elements can be catalysts for innovation and progress. Even global crises, like the COVID-19 pandemic, have presented opportunities for people to develop new ideas and businesses. The pandemic's challenges led to an increase in business applications as individuals adapted and pivoted. Immigrants, who inherently take risks by moving to different countries and cultures, bring a much-needed boost to economies with their labor and willingness to launch new ventures. Numerous successful startups were founded by immigrants who have been twice as likely to start businesses compared to native-born individuals in recent decades. Similarly, the upheaval in the banking industry, fueled by the rise of online banking, has opened up substantial global possibilities. Approximately 1.7 billion adults worldwide lack access to essential banking services. Yet, innovative platforms like Uwawa in Argentina and M-Pesa in Kenya are bridging the gap, providing economic opportunities to those in need and potentially contributing to the prosperity of democracies. Rather than shunning risk or fearing instability, embracing an adaptable, risk-taking mindset common among immigrants can lead to numerous benefits for individuals and the economy. While it's natural to avoid upheaval, recognizing and utilizing the potential for innovation during times of change can result in positive transformations.
As the Adrift, America in 100 charts demonstrates, there is no shortage of societal shifts emerging throughout the United States. We live in an era characterized by dwindling connections within our communities, the overwhelming influence of the internet and social media, and an ever-looming economic uncertainty. Navigating these changes requires adaptability, resilience, and informed decision-making. By staying abreast of these trends, we can work towards reclaiming our communities and fostering a sense of belonging, securing our financial future through essential higher education or vocational training, embracing the upsides of risk and innovation, and grounding ourselves with reliable news sources amidst the cacophony of disinformation. Ultimately, the path to a more cohesive society lies in understanding and responding effectively to the challenges and opportunities that lie adrift.